So I just got to the garden and I came outside and I heard what I think is some kind of crazy mammal, like maybe a huge skunk or raccoon over by the tomatoes. Okay, I can definitely hear it, but I don't know what it is. Like, this could be the craziest thing I've ever seen. Hey, scram! Get out of here, get out of here. Craziest mammal I've ever met in my life. Jacques, the garden hermit, back on the channel. It's been a little bit.
You brought me in with the tomatoes, I have to say.
Well, that's what this episode's about. We're gonna be slicing, dicing, tasting, pruning, furting, reacting, looking, admiring these tomatoes.
Oh, slow down.
Because I'm not gonna slow down because these tomatoes are beautiful. It's a hot day. It's a good day to just admire the fruits of your bounty. So let's take a look. This one here is Harvard Square, and it's massive, Jacques.
I mean,
like, it's massive and it's bulbous. That's the word to use.
I'm gonna pull one because I just read the tag.
What are you doing?
Hey, don't worry about it.
What are you doing?
It says that you can eat these green and that they're sweet and delicious. This one, I'd say, has that beautiful marbling on it.
It's really nice, actually. Can I learn that?
Can I get a little? Oh, okay.
You're gonna pop it open?
I'm gonna pop it.
Give it that dirty pop.
Oh, Balkan style.
Whoa!
It is green
Wait,
inside.
what?
Okay.
There's like a gelatinous structure.
I'm gonna try it. I got some of that jelly.
Oh
Let me
my
see,
God.
get some of that jelly.
What is going on?
All right, let's give it a taste.
That's a crazy
It actually smells really sweet. It's definitely ripe based on the smell.
Have you ever seen something like that with a jelly on the?
It's not as sweet as it smells.
Texturally, that is honestly a little weird to me. To have that much.
I don't mind the jelly seed cavity. It's more on the
Whoa.
savory side, I'd say. Did you get some sweetness on the red side?
I'm just shocked by the way that the tomato is structured on the inside. So much flesh, and then like a little jelly pocket that legitimately looks disturbing to me. Like, I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. Like, I'm disturbed a little bit, but it's a beautiful tomato.
It's got really good production, especially for how big these are.
Wow.
I'm actually impressed. I might need to take one of these home. I might need to take one of these home.
All right, what is the rat dragged in next here?
So a couple things here.
Yeah.
First, I got a little surprise for you guys. I don't know if we could even show this on camera.
Oh.
But before we get there,
Talk to me.
look at the beauty, the color on these, but then look at this right here.
Oh. That guy is
I don't know.
too.
I don't know if we could show that.
Whoa.
But the colors, I mean, look at that. And then right here.
That's Jacques. That one is Jacques when he sees a tomato in the garden.
The name of this variety is Gondana Moon.
Oh.
And it turns golden. Woo! That's crazy because I did not expect the purple green to go to that color.
Look at that.
That is beautiful.
All right, let's get a little bite.
Oh. Whoa, look at the inside.
Flavor's a little crazy though. Here, try it. That's not up my alley.
It smells
That
a
is
little
not up my
overripe,
alley.
huh?
To me, that's straight trash.
Too sweet.
To me, it's not sweet enough.
I don't know.
It's like it honestly tastes like an unripe peach to me, don't you think?
Let me see.
Oh, wow. Let me see. Is that one better? Okay.
Might just be the early batch,
Could be. I mean,
but it's not. It's
you can't win them all.
It's not bad. Hey, whoa! We don't have licenses for those over here, guys. Come on.
Holster that. What we have here is Lava Flow. And it's supposed to be a 2-inch little cutie, but
Let's
these
see.
are much bigger than 2 inches in my opinion.
Let's call it 2 inches.
Just just personal experience. But what we've got here, this is probably the one to taste. Definitely ripe.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
What was the name of this one?
Lava Flow.
Oh, you know what? I think I've had one of these before, and I did like it.
It is another like jelly pocket little baddie. Look at that. Like, you know.
Yeah.
I think what it must be is, you know, the tomato seed has that mucilaginous coating when it's sort of soaked. That's got to be it, I guess.
Let's see.
Get in
I
here.
could eat these all day. So
Yeah, I know.
the texture is nice.
I want more acid. The texture's actually really interesting.
I almost
it's very
wonder-
smooth.
Yeah. It's almost like buttery. I have a feeling all of these tomatoes will taste a little better on the second flower. But it's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, we do have some clusters coming. We have some little guys going, but this isn't bad. But still, for me, Harvard Square is the winner, even though it's a little disturbing.
So this next one, we're coming in real low.
Yeah, this guy.
Wow.
Which one do we have here? This is called Cowboy.
Damn, those are huge.
These are honestly massive. So what are we supposed to be seeing here? A rustic red, some would say brown beefsteak. So we're nowhere near ripe on this Jacques.
I see a little brown.
Not enough for you to have
Not
it.
enough.
Not enough. Honestly, not enough though.
No.
Be ruined it. This one, look at the shoulder. That's coming in a little brown there. I think. I'm a
It
little
is big.
colorblind.
I mean, the one down there is truly, it's so big we can't even see the whole girth of
that
it.
honestly could be ready, but I don't
That could be like bring it into on the counter.
That's like a little bit of a accoutrements.
Maybe we'll save that one for later.
Yeah. Coming in on Baby Boy Blue right here. What do you got, Jock? Persuasion.
Sultry name there.
That's all he does.
Okay.
Hey, can I have a tomato, please?
Oh, okay.
Is that one right?
I don't know, but I'm gonna
squeeze that boy.
Squeeze?
Yeah.
It squeezes right.
Okay.
It squeezes
oh,
right.
it popped right too.
But look at that color. That's
Whoa,
so weird looking.
that is a dude.
That might be
I'm
one of the
telling
most
you.
interesting colors I've seen on
These
a tomato.
Tomato Mania tomatoes have exploded my color palette. I'll say that much.
It's juicy.
Oh, that's a juicer. Woo! Oops. A little sloppy, but that's okay.
Smells very tomatoey.
It does. No, you're right though. It does.
I think out of all of them, the most tomatoey.
I like that.
I like it. It's a little too watery for me. Like the other ones, you know how they have that firm kind of butteriness?
Well, this has that more large pocket, I guess, with more water in there. But
But the taste is right.
honestly, even with that,
Especially for a purple, I feel like
I agree. It is a little watery. Could be that first batch, but to me, even with the water diluting the flavor, there's more acidity to this, and there's more like deep, rich tomato flavor.
for me, when I'm looking at tomato, it can't just be sweet. If it's just sweet, I'm literally not interested. Because then I'm like, what am I doing? I'll just eat a peach or something if I want a true fruit.
Eat a true fruit.
Yeah, but this is interesting.
This is a good like close runner-up to me for Harvard Square, I would say.
So far,
My personal
not
choice.
bad. This has some insane production on here. These are some good clusters.
Look at those. So this is Scarlet Sunrise, Jacques. It's from
Personal
a tomatoes obsessed team from Rutgers University. I will do. Ooh, don't mind if I do.
It
Got
does
two.
say bicolor, and I could see a little bit. There's like a peachiness, like
Yeah.
an orange-red hue to it. It's pretty.
It's pretty,
Feels good.
and it's like small for a grape.
Yeah.
To me, this is like a Gary, a grape cherry. It's small. I mean, a grape is usually maybe a touch bigger, I would say. Anyways, let's give it a. I like that.
I do too.
I like that.
I do too. It's got a firm texture. It's like it's not watery or like kind of buttery. It's more of like a firm bite to it.
Here, I'm gonna try out one that I think is slightly more ripe.
Yeah.
And just give this a shot.
Actually, it gets a little creamier towards the top of the neck.
Oh, you gotta try one that's more ripe. I think that's gonna change a lot for you. That
this
flavor.
one's got more pink to it.
Give that a shot. That pop of like acid sort of tartness.
That would be great in the salad.
Ooh.
Nice little fresh lettuce from the garden. Maybe chop up a cucumber, balsamic.
Is it the Sun Gold Killer?
No.
Jury's out.
It's not.
Jury's
It's
out.
not.
Well, let me introduce you to the Lucid Gem tomato. Look at this little puppy right here.
That's a gem right
This
there.
one I think has blossom end rot. I'm gonna take this one off. It's got a blue shoulder. Oh,
You know, I've heard of this variety.
yeah.
And I've never tried growing it before, but it is quite beautiful.
Look at that blue shoulder. I mean, look, is this the perfect
me that
specimen?
bottom.
Not really, but we're gonna pop it open and just kind of see what we got going on here.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, you know, it's got that. It looks almost mealy, but I think that's usually, for me, that could mean that it's going to be buttery.
I mean, there's a crazy amount of flesh up on this beet.
Yeah.
Hold on. I mean, we're not giving it its
can't
best
tell.
shot here because this is not the ideal specimen, so maybe we'll taste it later in the season. What is the phenomenon of like tons of flesh pushing into the center and then like really concentrating all of the moisture of the tomato in the seed pocket is just an odd thing to me compared to like a beefsteak slicer.
Yeah. So to me, this is the kind of tomato where I see these every once in a while. And I actually really like growing these style tomatoes because it's more multi-purpose. Like you could cook with this. It's pasty enough on the inside, like dense, that it won't be that wet. And you could still slice it in salads or sandwiches.
I'm
but
getting
I don't
a
know if
little,
the flavors.
I'm just getting tripped out by like the sort of pear-like texture of the inside of the flesh there. Don't you think?
To me, that's kind of like what almost like a paste tomato.
Yeah.
Like it's in between a paste and the slicer.
I'm jury's out on this, but I don't want to judge it too harshly because
Yeah.
this was not the best specimen to pull.
Very cracked up, but it is beautiful. Juan Flame, or probably Juan Flame, maybe. But this is interesting because it says there's nothing like this. Plain and simple, you'll find it on the most best tasting and heavy producer list. I mean, look at the truss on this.
I mean,
like this one, not
hold
so
on,
much.
Let's
but,
hold this truss out.
I mean, come
let's
on.
hold this truss out here. Look
Heavy
at that.
producer, it lives up to the
Swing
name.
low, sweet cherry. I mean, this guy's
swing pretty
dang.
high.
Yeah.
Got some
okay.
good color on it.
Are you gonna get that one?
Yeah, I already picked it. So,
Okay, give it a little bite ski.
so there we go. We've got that juicy little
That's
mess in there.
so juicy.
Do you want the cavity side or the non-cavity
I don't
side?
care.
All right, here you
I'm
go.
already
a little boat.
I need to
No, dude, come
dump a
on.
little bit of that
That's
out.
for all the flavor.
Okay, here we go.
It smells good.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't like that at all.
I think this is overripe.
I don't like
Should we
that
try
one.
the
Should
other
we
one?
try the other one? Yeah.
Because
I actually
spit it out.
I felt a little gross eating that. I'm going to be straight honest.
too.
Okay. It's not much better. Yeah. That's really not that strong. I don't want to trash a tomato variety by obviously someone put their time into this, but for me, it's not there. And
don't like it.
you know what? I'm just going to say it's because I'm a terrible gardener. It's not because of the variety. It's just because I'm bad at gardening.
Yeah.
Okay, guys? All right, Jacques, this little dangler is the
Roloise.
Sart Roloise.
It's pretty. This is the prettiest, I think.
I think it is for sure, because look at the bottom.
Oh, whoa.
You get a white, almost.
That's interesting.
Like an off-white green kind of color.
I like the kind of ribbed kind of look to it too. It has more character than just a smooth tomato.
You know, the only thing is we can't taste this one yet.
No.
Nothing's ripe on
But I'm
this
looking
guy.
forward to it.
Yeah, this one looks really unique.
What happened here?
I don't know.
Let's not talk about it.
This is the only one that has yet to produce. I mean, we have flowers up here.
Yeah.
What variety is this, Jacques?
Apparently it's the same one.
Oh, wow. Well,
right.
it took all the Sart Roloise took all the power right there. At least we have it, so this isn't a true failure, but let's move on to the one that your crazy mammal self was noshing on when we
I was
got
actually
here.
impressed.
What do we have here?
So actually, I don't know. Oh, there's the tag.
This is a crazy amount of cherries here.
Orange Parouche.
Parouche. Okay, grab yourself a Parouche.
I mean, I've already gone, I think, 4 of these. I think you could tell this might be
Parouche?
my favorite. Little cheers.
Little Parouche.
So that might determine it. Oh,
Oh, I just got Parouche.
here we go. You ready for this?
My Parouche just activated.
Don't drop your Parouche yet. Step aside, Sun Gold. There's a
Oh.
new kid in town.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Don't tell me
And I'm going to tell you this.
Don't tell me.
Look, at Botanical Interest, we sell a lot of tomatoes. We actually sell none of these. But the Sun Gold is awaiting a new challenger. A little
true.
sword in the
It's
stone
true.
type situation. This is the closest I've ever had.
Parouche is getting real close.
Parouche is like,
Orange Parouche? Is there like a red and a pink
let's
Parouche?
talk about it. Flavor-wise, you do get that Sun Gold,
Yeah, it has that
Pop.
that sweetness
that
up front.
instant pop. Yeah.
But then it does have some actual tartness to balance it out. And it's,
There's some depth. There's not too much moisture in it.
no.
I might pop up another Parouche in my Parouche.
I'm already 4 deep. That's my favorite so far, actually, out of all of them, by far.
This is my, by a country mile.
whole country mile.
Wow.
Dang.
Orange Parouche.
I like it.
This one here we can't taste yet. There's only one on it. It's orange accordion, Jacques.
Yep.
Give us the lowdown.
It looks like an accordion. It says this, the look of this one will stop traffic.
Whoa.
And it's delicious to boot.
Okay.
Stuff it, chop it, dehydrate it, cut up for salsa. So it's
Put it
a
in a stew?
multi-purpose. Put it in a stew, dude. Put anything in a stew.
I mean, this looks unique. It's like a super heirloom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we have something even more triumphant right in front of us here. The largest plum tomato I think I've ever seen. This is Gladiator. Dense flesh and great taste make it victorious. I mean, look at this honking kachonka right here. That is, oh yeah.
It's
that
okay.
was
At this
accent.
point, it is past the breaker stage.
Put it up next to your head.
Okay. It's close.
Honestly, it's bigger. It's bigger. You got a tiny little
That's
head.
a tomato, dude.
No, that's a huge
And
tomato.
it feels heavy.
I don't even know that we even want to taste this because this is truly
not ready,
perhaps
yeah.
a saucer. Or you want to let this ripen up a little bit. It's at that blush point, but I wouldn't personally give it a taste.
No. This is like 3 days on the counter and it's good to go.
Yeah.
But what's most impressive to me is that they're so big, but they're also quite prolific. Like,
Yeah, there's a
it's
whole
forming
nother.
all the way up.
Yeah, there's a whole
And
nother
this
truss
is
right there.
a
And there's
big
actually another
tomato.
one right here.
Oh, wow.
And there's another one forming right up there.
So this is impressive. I might want to like grab a little cutting maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
this
can
in the Parouche.
Take a cutting of this in the Parouche. Why not? So Jacques, as the official tomato grower here at Epic,
I'm impressed.
this year, I feel like at this time of year, I've got you. I think I've got you. Off camera, he literally walked in today and said, wow, you have more tomatoes than I have in my whole garden.
Yeah, that's true. I did say that.
Anyways, it's been fun. I mean, we're experimenting. Obviously, we have a seed company, Botanical Interest, and you can shop all those seeds. We always like experimenting with different varieties. Just because we have one doesn't mean we only grow those. These are some really cool ones. Some
Yeah.
really interesting looks, Jacques.
Beautiful
Maybe
tomatoes.
some of the flavors didn't quite hit for me at least.
We'll give them one more chance.
I think one more chance once they flush up. But the thing that I remember from my early gardening days is I grew a lot of these uniques.
Yeah.
And then I ate them and I was like, I'm just not as impressed as I want to be. To me, I've come more towards your lane of growing philosophy where I do want it to be as flavorful as possible
Yes.
over the aesthetic of it. Now, where would I violate that rule? Not in tomatoes, but in maybe flowers and herbs, something like that.
Yeah.
Like if it's an ornamental, aromatic, this or that, maybe the beauty imparts more flavor psychologically. maybe I'd be going down that
Yeah,
path.
I could see that. Or maybe like a really beautiful watermelon.
That
But
could be good.
tomatoes, they can be really beautiful, but some of the most plain, surface, like round, just red tomatoes are some of the most delicious I've ever had.
It's so true.
So
it's so
like,
true.
It's not always about the looks.
It's not always about the looks, although
The girth on this is impressive.
girth check. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Good luck in the garden and keep on growing.